This right here is the new Sezane Clyde trench coat in the beige and green moss plaid. It was just released as part of the back to school collection. I know many of you are eager to see it in real life, so in today's video I'm gonna review it for you. I'm gonna compare it to previously released Clyde trench coats by Sezane. I'm gonna give you pros and cons and some styling input. As always, none of this footage is color graded, so you can see the colors as close to real life as possible. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, it really helps my channel. Consider subscribing, I would love to see you around more. And if you're active on social media, join me on Facebook and Instagram. Links to my pages are in the description box below. I placed 2 orders from the back to school collection. This package arrived really quickly, which I'm thrilled about. The second package is still processing. If that package makes it here before the end of the week, I'll make a separate video with those items from the back to school collection. So keep an eye on my channel because this might be a 2 YouTube video week. By the way, Rouje Paris just released a collaboration collection with J.Crew. If you've been admiring Rouje from a distance, but you've been unsure because of returns to France and all that, trying the collaboration collection with J.Crew is a really good alternative. Honestly, the pieces are quite good and in line with what I've seen at Rouje Paris stores in Paris. So make sure to grab a few things if you've always been curious about Rouje Paris. And Adidas right now has a ton of cool colorway sneakers on their website. Usually once fall is here, these colorways sell out really fast, but maybe because now people are still on vacation, I see a lot of cool neutrals, I see funky colors. All the sizes are available. I'm gonna link a few favorites in the description box below. Act fast. First things first, let's talk about the colors that we see on this new pattern. When I saw the pictures online, I wasn't able to tell if the darkest color in the pattern is really dark navy or black. Seeing the coat in person, the color is black, but because it's surrounded by this kind of warm khaki, they call it moss green, and hints of camel, these colors really soften the black. Black is not usually a color I gravitate towards. I much prefer navies and browns, but in this setting, I'm really loving it. I feel like they have struck a very good balance where this coat doesn't sit too dark, doesn't sit too heavy. They have great neutrals. It really reminds me of a Burberry pattern. It's just a notch more interesting because instead of going camel and beige, they have introduced this shade of moss green / khaki, which I find really intriguing, really flattering, and really beautiful. It will be easy to work with these colors. In terms of sizing, this Clyde trench coat is cut exactly the same as the previous Clyde trench coats. I laid mine flat and the sizing is spot on. There is nothing longer or wider. Same sizing. I went with 34, which is my usual size. Online you'll see debate on whether or not you should size down for the Clyde. And here is the thing, the Clyde is cut to fit oversized. It is A-line, and I think if you're considering it, you should really embrace that silhouette. Sizing down could be a consideration, in my opinion, for ladies that are really petite. That could help. But if you have an average build like me, or if you're tall, I feel like sizing down could result in changing the way the Clyde drapes, which you really don't want to. And especially if you're planning to wear thicker underlayers like chunkier sweaters, when you size down, the Clyde could start feeling a little tight. Currently with the 34 and a medium weight sweater, I don't feel any restriction whatsoever, but I also don't feel an excessive amount of room inside the trench coat. If I size down, I am sure that I won't be able to layer thicker layers underneath, And a look that I've really enjoyed with my solid color Clyde has been layering a wool short jacket underneath that Clyde. I like the really layered look. I like the option to be able to remove layers, especially in San Francisco. It is a place where you're best prepared when you have a lot of layers on. So this is just something to put on your radar. If you're looking for a trench that's more fitted, you can always look at the Scott trench. That one is a more classic feminine silhouette that's cinched at the waist and probably will give you that fit that you're looking for, where you can accentuate a more feminine silhouette, a more like cinched in look. This Clyde trench coat comes with solid color lining. In the past, the solid color trench coat came with a checkered lining, and it was something that I really enjoyed because it was kind of like a little peekaboo, you know, as you walk you see kind of sometimes the checkered pattern. And if you would to roll the sleeves on the solid color Clyde, you would see a peekaboo with the checkered lining. With this plaid version, unfortunately, when you roll up the sleeve, it's just a very harsh line, and for that reason I probably would not be rolling up the sleeves. I prefer not having that line. And something to note is, if you're not going to roll up the sleeves, the sleeve is going to be on the longer side. It will drape all the way down to probably like the middle part of your fingers when you relax your arms on the sides of your body. But having a solid color lining, it's not new. You can see here the Gingham Clyde trench also came with solid lining. In this case, the lining matched the brown on the Gingham. When I wear this Clyde, I don't roll up the sleeves either. I just don't like the harsh line. Between the two, I do think the new plaid will be much easier to work with. It is a more classic pattern. It is more subtle. The colors, they're very harmonious. This one is more in your face. I've been having a lot of fun wearing this ever since I got it. I've traveled with it. I still am planning to wear it a ton this fall season. However, you always have a use case for a more Burberry, more elegant, more elevated look. How do you go about styling a plaid trench coat? I know many people are slightly scared to invest into pattern pieces because it feels like patterns are harder to style, but I'm here to tell you that this is one of the more easy to work with patterns. It is a nice large scale, and also the colors are very versatile. You can start by introducing just simple capsule wardrobe pieces underneath. You can do multiple different washes of denim. You can do lighter denim, you can do indigo denim, you can do black, you can do gray. You can even in the early days of fall do like a monochrome white outfit, monochrome any color outfit underneath. This will be a very easy start. Then you can like mix and match tops and bottoms in different colored neutrals. If you want to take it up a notch, which I can't wait to do, you can introduce a pop of color. If you're having a very monochrome or a very subtle base and you have this plaid on top, you can go bright with the accessories. You can do a bright shoe, you can do a bright bag. And because these colors are so easy to work with, you can do red, you can do blue, you can do yellow. There's pretty much every color on the spectrum. When you do like a slightly stronger saturation, it can work with these more pared back colorways. The hardest will probably be pairing this pattern with other patterns, but you can do it. You start small. The base layer will have a subtle, smaller scale print, something neutral, and that way the two patterns will not clash. And then you will graduate to something bolder, for example, maybe a floral. And if you don't feel comfortable doing a full body floral, you can probably start with like a skirt and then a solid top. You can pick colors that harmonize. You can pick colors that contrast. It really is about working your way up. Don't start thinking about the hardest level of pairing this plaid. Instead, start thinking with what you feel comfortable with, and just know that the colorway and the scale are some of the most versatile out there. And if you've ever wanted to experiment a little bit, have more fun, having an outerwear piece like this one is a very good start. In this package, I also got the bobby crop trench in the new camel color. I'm planning to do a dedicated video reviewing the bobby. If you have any questions or requests for that video, I haven't started filming it yet, so drop them in the comment section below. I will definitely compare the new camel color to the light beige that was released last year. The light beige was the very first bobby that we saw, and now I'm thinking there will be more colors, possibly even a pattern version. And because we now have the camo in a crop and we have the camo in a full-length Clyde, I will be expecting to probably see the mid-length, which is the Carter trench, come in camo as well. There haven't been any teasers, but I'm just guessing, it only makes sense. Before we wrap up, if you're in the market for a bag in the affordable luxury range, yes, there are a lot of new bags coming from Sezane, but here a handful of alternatives from other French brands that I think should be on your radar. Le Tanneur, I am obsessed with this bag. It comes in two sizes. This is the smaller one. There is a bigger version that will be great for travel and for the office. And currently they just released this bag in a khaki green, which will look really good with this trench coat. Ateliers Auguste, they are a small brand based in the Marais district in Paris. I love how architectural the silhouettes of their bags are, and I have a discount code for them, so if something catches your eye, make sure to use it. Leo and Violette, another great French leather bag company. Look at this. I love this combo. Beracamy, this bag comes in brown and black, but the black with this contrast stitch and a knee-high boot. Of course, Polene, they are the first affordable luxury leather bag brand that I tried outside of Sezane. I've been a fan ever since. I love their designs. I can always kind of recognize when there is a new bag. I see it on someone and I'm like, oh, this looks like Polene. There is just a signature to their designs, and they raise their prices every year, so the more you wait, the more you end up paying for them. Alright everyone, this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of the new plaid Sezane Clyde trench coat? Are you a fan? Do you prefer the solid color version of the Clyde, or maybe you prefer the more feminine silhouette of the Scott trench coat? I want to know. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask again. Drop them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Consider subscribing. I'd love to see you around more. And if you're active on social media, join me on Instagram and Facebook. Links to my pages are in the description box below. On there daily, I share discount codes, sale alerts, restock alerts, and new collection gossip. Fall is coming. There will be a lot that I will be sharing. I hope to see you on there. Have a wonderful week and see you next time.